Can I just say that this is dumb? Like, sustainability. Why do you even have that? Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on these bad boys right here. And yes, they are bad boys, okay? I played in the highs already. It's the same shoe, it's a little lower, but nothing else has changed. And with all that being said, this, my friends, is the Air Jordan 36 Low in a really bright infrared colorway. Infrared 23 to be exact.
Burn your retinas.
When they're this bright, it's gotta be infrared 23. Because this is just how it is. Like, Jordan Brand's infrared is ridiculous. Nike's infrared is gorgeous. And yes, there is a difference. There's literally color code differences. I'm not joking. It's just by shades, but still, it's different.
Aye, aye, Captain!
But with all that being said, these bad boys right here are amazing on court. Look at that. I just compared this traction to a different shoe. What was it? The Adidas Gill Zeros. This is aggressive herringbone. It's all over the place. It's awesome. This stuff worked really well, indoors, outdoors, didn't matter. I love these. I think that this particular outsole looks even better than the original because
of the splatter print.
Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. I love it. Even though there's never been splatter print on the Air Jordan 6, at least not originally, there has been on like the Oreo colors and things like that and the upcoming like red Oreos. But on the original stuff, there was no splatter. But there is on these and I'm here for it. I love it. I think it looks great. I love the color combination too of adding the black with the infrared because it makes the infrared less weird. I mean, I don't know what they look like in the video, but in person, they're very vibrant. Now the tech specs as far as the midsole is concerned is that we got a lightweight Phylon midsole. We have a full length Zoom Air Strobel, and then in the forefoot there's an additional Zoom Air unit, which is the protrusion that you can see. And then you can kind of see it a little bit better because there's dirt all over the place on this one. But if you really wanted to know what was in there, it was this guy. So this is right under there. Don't love that it protrudes out or that it's a bumper and everything just because like it makes it feel a little wobbly at first. But when you do press on it or step on it with all of your body weight, like I can even press it with my thumb, so it's not like the most wobbly setup that we've ever had, like some of the past stuff, like the 28s and 29s. But it's just something that like with, I think it was the 34s and 35s, I think that the cushion on those are fantastic and those don't have any of the protrusion and everything. They also have much larger Zoom Air units than what these guys have, so that could be a reason for it. You don't need all of that, you know, bumping out of the outsole and everything. But what it does give you is a slight piston effect, which is really cool underfoot. Once you get used to, you know, like I was saying, the little wobbliness. It's not anything bad. It's just something that you notice right away. And then it goes away right away. However, the full-length Zoom Strobel is the real winner here. I think that's awesome. It should be on every shoe. Increase every shoe by 10 bucks and put that in there. And I'm here for it because they're increasing everything anyway. So you might as well make it worth it. Now the materials are slightly different than the original. However, we do still have the Leno weave as the primary source of material. So you can kind of like see through the entire shoe. So I mean, it's see-through. Lots of ventilation, which is cool. Leno weave is really interesting because it's very similar to the stuff that they make like potato sacks out of, which sounds really dumb because you're like a potato sack, but like that's hella strong. You know how many potatoes they put in one of those sacks? You know how those sacks like almost never break? It's strong stuff for being lightweight and breathable and see-through. Even though I don't love this compared to like premium leathers and things like that, if you're gonna do this, at least make it worthwhile, and that's what this is. I think that it worked really well. However, they have added felt, my favorite material of all time. And yeah, it's all over this thing. It's all over the rand and everything. I don't know, like, which one do you think looks better visually, just from the upper? Or does it not bother you? Yeah, I think that the highs actually look a little better too, which is rare for me to ever say, because I love the lows on almost everything, except for the Jordan 7s. Those are hideous. These guys right here, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't flow really well. It's just a weird change. I don't think that it was necessary. I think that you literally could have just chopped the top a little bit and called it a day and like, that's it. But they did make them a little bit different. So just in case you wanted something a little visually different, then there you go. I only tried them on real quick and they feel really good. They don't feel like they have that pinky toe chafing issue that I got on the highs. However, I was talking to Jalik and he's already been playing in these and he said that he did get his pinky toe rubbed raw already. So yeah, I don't know if it's going to be a thing for everybody. I'm just warning you that if you played in the mids or the highs, whatever they are, and you had that issue, which I did and most people did, you might still have that issue with these. And I can't even feel what's making it. Like I couldn't feel it in those and I really can't feel it in these either. It's smooth as butter in there. I don't know why it does it, but like for whatever reason, it just chews the shit out of your pinky toe.
It's probably just the pressure.
I guess, maybe, but it's weird. I forgot to talk about the insole actually. It's the same stuff that you see in the Kobe 6s. It's the same stuff that you see in the KD 12 through 15s. This one's a little bit thicker though, which is really interesting, but it does have the cutout for where the zoom strobel is. This particular one is perforated. I think, yeah, my original one wasn't perforated, but I think the other colorways were. So there's some differences. I think that this one will break in or mold more to your foot like quicker because of all those holes in it. It just will allow the foamy material to expand and stuff when you put more pressure on it. Now the rest of everything, again, looks just like these guys right here, except for they got rid of this really dumb pull tab, which looks way cleaner. The collar height is not that much different. Like when you're putting them side by side, I mean, it's barely anything. The tips of the collars almost are identical. It's just the backs are a little bit lower. I do think that it looks a little cleaner, but not anything crazy. So if I would have made these, I would have made this version just as a low, and I think that they would have looked a little bit better. I just noticed they don't have the Jumpman down there, man. From the Jordan, like the Jordan tongue or the 6
tongue. He's up on the tongue now.
I know. I like this a little bit better. I wish that this carried over. I think that would have been really cool. That's like the main thing with the 6s, besides the spoiler, which is what this whole top line is, this plastic piece. So it's not anything crazy or anything like that, but I do think that the mid tops do look a little bit cleaner than the lows, even though I do like the lows. I think they look really cool. I'm excited to see different colorways. I think colorways are really going to make or break this shoe, as they do with every shoe, but with this one particularly, with the, you know, the Leno weave and the weird fuse material and the felt and all that stuff. Like if certain colorways don't look great with this, it's going to look pretty cheap. So I think that the tonal ones will look pretty good. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size. Whatever size you typically wear, that's exactly what I would go with. If you own the mid tops, that's exactly the same size that I would roll with. I think that they fit perfect. I don't think that they're too narrow or anything, but again, the pinky toe issue, kind of a thing. So just be aware of that. If you were interested in their performance review, make sure that you check our performance review on the Air Jordan 36. It's going to be the same exact thing. Like I said, everything from the tech to the traction to the materials, all the same. So you should be getting the same performance for a little bit less of a price, which is what my favorite thing about the low tops is. Like the low tops for me were the more attainable version of whatever the mid tops were, which is one of the reasons why I fell in love with lows in the first place, because they were always a little bit cheaper. Like the 11 lows originally, they were like 125, 120, maybe they were 115.
Get out!
They're somewhere around there, somewhere around 115 to 125. Whereas the Air Jordan 11 back in the day was 150, and my mom said, that
How rude.
She also said back to the 115 to 125. She said you can have $40. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Let me know what you think about these down below in the comment section. Did you grab a pair? Do you already have the 36? And you can see that there are very minimal changes. Therefore, you were like, meh, I can wait till these go on clearance. These might actually be popping up at outlets, by the way, because a lot of people will return these. Like when they get them from online, they'll go to the Nike factory stores and they'll return them, and they'll put them on the back wall. So you can actually get these for a little bit less if you're lucky. Good luck. But thank you so much for everything, and until next time, guys, have a good one.
Can I say that with their modifications to the upper, they've made the shoe look even more like the Curry 9?
The Curry 9? Ooh, they do.
Or even their budget model, the Curry Hover. Have you seen those?
The Curry Hover?
Yeah, have you seen them?
Is that the one with the weird like dotted midsole?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are awful. These do kind of look like that, but a little bit better.